Hey guys, it's John and welcome to the September 2025 John Twolfe shareholder meeting. I apologize for not having an August shareholder meeting. Time got away from me, and as you may be able to hear my voice, I'm a little sick. I'm still recovering. Please come in. Don't have to worry about catching anything from me. I'm not contagious anymore. Hope you have snacks and a beverage of sorts. They will not be provided, and please remember to sign in. All right, so we're going to start today's meeting, which is, if this is your first shareholder meeting, we have monthly, they're supposed to be monthly anyway, meetings where I go over what is going on the channel in terms of the products that we're putting out at John Wolfe Enterprises. And we reviewed the last month and check out the catalog, and I talk about how each individual series has gone and the reception and all that fun stuff. And then we look forward to what's happening coming up for the rest of the month, and for this meeting into October, which is going to be horror game month predominantly, just like last year. Now, beg you to be patient with me. It is a little harder to talk than it normally is. Won't go into the details. You do not want to hear them, but there's just a lot of obstacles currently in here. All right, let's go ahead and start off with the last month in review, or really the last month and a half since the last shareholder meeting, which was there was actually an August 2025 shareholder meeting. There was, but the September one is late. It's 3 weeks late. Okay, well, yeah. This is basically the October shareholder meeting as well. Well, let's start off by going through some of the series that I've done, some of the smaller ones. We played through a survival horror game called Heartworm, played it on release day. It was only 3 videos. I think the reception to this one was excited at first, but kind of lukewarm towards the end. It was a relatively short game with some nice aesthetics and some nice nostalgic gameplay, but had little to offer outside of that. Not to be too harsh, you can read my full, or listen to my full review at the end of part 3. But yeah, that was a small little series we did. Also played the Still Wakes the Deep DLC, Siren's Rest, which I would say also had a relatively lukewarm reception from you guys. Played through a banned Steam game called Vile Exhumed, which did not have a lukewarm reception. It had a mostly disgusted reception due to the subject matter and everything, but it was a well-received video, and I was happy to get back into doing some one-shots again, especially for that game. There was a one-shot for Dread Flats, which was kind of a run-of-the-mill indie horror experience. Kind of a mediocre reception to that one. We replayed the Deep Sleep trilogy, which are a series of 10-plus-year-old Flash games that were originally on the Armor Games website, I believe. A lot of YouTubers played them back in the day, including me. And the reason that I played the first 3 games again was because the 4th game in the series, Deep Sleep Labyrinth of the Forsaken, came out, and that was a full 9-part series of 1.5 to 2 hour videos. Great game. Really engaged with this one. It was a atmospheric horror point and click adventure game, but with turn-based combat and RPG elements, so a unique blending of multiple genres. Very well put together, very cinematic. Had a great time with it. Really, if anything that I just said sounds interesting to you, you owe it to yourself to check it out. I think it's kind of flying under a lot of people's radars at the moment. It's just really a very nice game created by Script Welder, who of course created the Deep Sleep trilogy as well as the Don't Escape series and others like A Small Talk at the Back of Beyond. So yeah, that was a 9-part series. I would say the reception to this game, the people that were watching it were really into it and really liked it, but it didn't seem to catch the interest of most people who watch my channel. I don't like to talk numbers too much, but 63K views on part 1, very, very good. But then by the time we get to the end of it, it's under 10K. So they didn't really stick around for whatever reason. I think maybe part of it is because we've just had so much stuff come through on the channel this past month and a half. In some cases, I was doing double upload days. Just a lot of stuff was played. So I think that might have been part of it. Played through Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland as part of a tie-in with a main channel video that I did for revisiting Goosebumps Part 8, which is about one day at Horrorland. So did a Let's Play of this. It was a 1996 FMV adventure game for children. It was very interesting, and yes, that is Jeff Goldblum in the thumbnail as Dracula, and that's Judy Tenuta on the left in her role as Hannah Black. What a trip that was. Okay, those are kind of like the one-shots that we did over the past month and a half. Let's go back. There's been DBD VODs mostly coming on a week-by-week basis. I did get a little behind. We had one here, and then I didn't have any until just a few days ago. So this is actually 2 streams in one. Part of that is because I canceled a couple streams and I did a short stream here and there, and there just wasn't enough content to upload, and I also just got busy with all the different games that we've been doing. But Dead by Daylight stream VODs should be back on schedule soon. I'm still a little bit behind. I think there's 2 streams that need to go up still, but we've got so much to play that they're gonna just be put up when I have time to put them up. Some people have asked why I don't upload to the DBD channel anymore, and I haven't uploaded to the DBD channel for years. It just died really fast, and honestly is part of the reason why I decided to just move all my gaming content to John Twolfe, to here, and to do more of non-gaming stuff on the main channel. Was because the creating a new channel thing just didn't really work out for it. So yeah, DBD vids do much better here than they would do on the DBD channel, believe it or not. Let's see, let's go back. We also started a fun little series called Date Everything, which is one that I teased in the last shareholder meeting. It is a visual novel dating simulator where you can date over 100 different household objects that have become anthropomorphized. It's a fun game. I was kind of hoping to have it be a more regular series, but with just everything that's been going on, I posted the first 4 videos, and then we'll get into what happened with Hollow Knight, but it's been kind of pushed to the back burner a little bit. I still am planning on playing through it every now and then, but it honestly is not really the type of game that I need to have up regularly because there's not really an overall narrative to keep up with. So, I think maybe it's sort of as I want to play through that I'll be continuing maybe through the rest of the year at this point. It seems like it's a lot of time investment, but also just a game that I can kind of pepper in. With that said, the reception to it has been really strong. It seems like the people that are watching it is very out of my wheelhouse to be posting a dating sim visual novel, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. I feel like I have some really great moments playing it, some really clippable moments, which we'll hopefully start doing soon on this channel, uploading some clips, some shorts, and I'm glad that we're playing it and the people that are watching it are really liking it. So I'm happy to see that. I uploaded 1 video, Blueprints, part 26. There is a part 27 on the horizon at some point, but honestly, the puzzle that I unlocked in part 26, the game is still going. Yes, there is still stuff I have not done. It appears to be the final puzzle in the game, and it is really intimidating, and I would even say horrible. So I am not gonna lie, I have been absolutely procrastinating doing it, especially with everything else going on. I'm not sure when I will have the chance to record Blueprints Part 27. I still would like to before year's end, but it may be a little bit of time before that happens. So there's just so much going on. There's so many games that I want to play before the end of the year, as they come out. So while I do foresee playing Blueprints again, it may be a while. Let's do some easy small content. We went back and checked out Nuclear Nightmare, which we will actually be playing again. It had another update, so if you liked Nuclear Nightmare, there will be a Nuclear Nightmare Part 4 soon. I can't promise exactly when, maybe as soon as next week. It'll just have to see if we're done fishing or not. We went back and played Peak when it had a map update, and that was really fun. Easy Small, of course, is my gaming group with Gab Smolders, Sinobeats, and the Hot Cross, Gary. Gary and I actually played Orcs Must Die 3 Endless, just the two of us, for a fun little video as a change of pace. Easy Small got back together for Eyes of Hellfire. This is a game from Blumhouse Games. It's sort of like a tabletop experience. It's very similar to Betrayal at the House on the Hill, hence the title of the video. We got together and we worked through a map, and it was an interesting game to play once. I don't know if we will be returning to it. There appears to be a lot of content they want to add to the game, but we'll see if they follow through on that. But yeah, Blumhouse gave us an early code, which was very fun. So I'm hoping to keep up the relationship with Blumhouse because they've got a lot of indie horror games on the horizon. So yeah, you know, I don't want to act too negatively about the game. No, it was fun, but I don't know if there's going to be a part 2. We'll say that. I'm glad that we checked it out, though. And then lately, Easy Small has just been doing Gone Fishing. This has been a really fun game. Been kind of memey. Basically, it is a horror fishing game. There's 3 different maps that we go to. You can fish. It's sort of like a Lethal Company-esque game, but I know how some people are about that. They hear Lethal Company and they're like, oh, and they think it's all this other stuff. Really, it's just you fish on a map with multiple bodies of water and caves and stuff like that. You use bait to fish. You catch big fish. You sacrifice the fish, or you sell the fish to buy upgrades, and then there's a quota that keeps going up every day that you have to sacrifice the fish for. If you don't do quota, there's monsters that come and kill you, like this one, for example. And each map has unique monsters and unique fish and unique bait. So it's actually a very interesting game, even though it is pretty janky. It's got that indie horror jank to it. But, you know, there's where else can you get thumbnails like this? A giant spider hanging out outside our cabin. All right, so this is about when things got really overwhelming for me. So Team Cherry, the developer behind Hollow Knight, surprisingly revealed that their much-awaited sequel to Hollow Knight, Silksong, was coming out in 2 weeks. They made the announcement around here. And so I kind of hit the panic button a little bit on this because I wanted to replay the original Hollow Knight before Silksong came out, but I thought I would have more than 2 weeks to do that. So in the midst of starting the Deep Sleep Labyrinth of the Forsaken playthrough, which I was not going to miss, and starting Date Everything, which I kind of started because I was like, well, I got some time to start a new playthrough and might as well play something fun. I realized, oh my god, I've got to replay the entire game in like 2 weeks. So I replayed Hollow Knight, and I uploaded the 8 videos so far to the channel, and I tried to get it all done before Silksong released, which I did. I got 3 of the endings, including the true ending to Hollow Knight, and it's a great Metroidvania game. Outstanding. I understand why my playthrough wasn't super popular for it. It's because it's a game that's a little bit outside my wheelhouse. It's very gameplay focused, and it's just anytime I've tried to upload or stream Metroidvanias, they're not typically what you guys want to see. But I really like them, and I'm hoping to play more of them in the future on the channel. With that said, you know, people that hadn't seen or played Hollow Knight before, they seem to really enjoy it because I went through it at a pretty good pace. It helped that I was replaying it and I knew where to go and I had fought the bosses before, etc. And it also helped that some of the videos were really long, like 3.5 or 4.5 hours. But hey, I was trying to reach a deadline, right? So finished Hollow Knight and then went on to Silksong. Now, I've been posting Silksong since release day. Part 1 came out on launch day, and I realized that I'm competing with everyone else who's playing Silksong right now, which is a lot of people. And so the series hasn't done amazingly, but I'm still obviously going to see it through. I plan on 100%ing the game. However, at this point, and you may have already noticed this, after posting it every other day up through part 7, I've kind of taken my foot off the gas a little bit. And from now on, it'll be more of like a every 3 or 4 days thing, because heading into October, I've got a lot of horror games that I want to get through. But with that said, I'm still planning on regularly posting Silksong. I've recorded through part 13 at the moment, so don't worry if you're following along with the playthrough. There's plenty of videos still coming for Silksong. Like I said, I'm planning on 100%ing the game. It's a very long game. It's going to be a 60-80 hour playthrough, I think, all said and done. And we'll see what that looks like, right? But it might take a few months for me to get through it at this pace with everything else I'm uploading, but I am committed and I will finish the playthrough. So, it'll be on a 3 or 4 day thing, and I kind of have to do it that way because it's just not doing as well as, look here, like 6.8k views versus 82. Well, I'm gonna have No I'm Not a Human come out every 2 days instead, right? With that said, No I'm Not a Human, by the time you see this video, there will be a part 4 out. It has been a really fun series. People have really been enjoying it. I think this one kind of took people off guard a little bit. The full release just came out on the 15th, but it seems like not a whole lot of YouTubers are actually playing it. I think everyone kind of maybe blew their load, so to speak, on the demos that came out, because there was a demo that came out about 9 months ago, and then there was a demo that came out a few months ago that was a little different. And it seems like I think maybe a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers just weren't ready for the full release, or I don't know. I'm not really sure why. I know a few of my friends have played it, but it seems like they're not planning on posting a full series on the game, from what I can tell. I have 2 more videos coming of No I'm Not a Human, and then I am planning on taking my foot off the gas a little bit because we've got some other stuff to play coming up very soon, and I've just got too many series going on at the moment. But I am planning on finishing things up. It'll just be on a more of like a every few days type of thing, sort of like Silksong after that. Which I think by the time, if you're upset by that news, I think by the time you get to No I'm Not a Human Part 5, by the end of it, I think you'll kind of agree with me. I might be wrong, but I think you'll kind of agree with me that maybe we've seen most of what the game has to offer at that point. So, just wait and see, okay? But that has us pretty much caught up with everything happening. So it's been a very busy time for John Twolfe. So many series this past month, probably more than we've ever had in between shareholder meetings. Right now, just to recap on active series that are still ongoing that I have not finished, but I'm not canceling yet. Date Everything. Date Everything is still coming, just every once in a while, not going to be a regular, every other day type thing. Blueprints, I will record part 27 at some point. Hollow Knight Silksong, not going to be an everyday thing, or every other day thing anymore, but I am still planning on continuing it through the foreseeable future, through the end of the year. As well as No I'm Not a Human has one more video coming on an every other day basis, but then after that, they'll be spaced out more. So those are the 4 series that I have ongoing that will move from every other day to more like every 3, 4, or 5 days. Maybe double upload days, at least for Silksong. If there's a Silksong video, there will likely be another video happening that day because I've got easy small stuff that I'm catching up on still, as well as Dead by Daylight VODs and other content that I want to make sure gets up in a timely fashion. Whew, you got all that? Okay, because now we're about to head into games for the next month. Here are the games I'm planning on playing in the next few weeks, starting with tomorrow. Tomorrow If you bought the deluxe edition of Silent Hill F, you can play Silent Hill F tomorrow on the 22nd. The official release date for Silent Hill F, the brand new Silent Hill game, is the 24th. Now, I bought the deluxe edition. I did not get a code. They do not think I'm special. That's fine with me. I don't care about that. I did buy the deluxe edition, however, I'm a sucker, and I will be posting part 1 of Silent Hill F on the 23rd. I won't be posting it on the 22nd. I'm going to be recording it that day, and I do not want to rush it. I do not want to rush through the game just to get a same day upload as soon as possible. But part 1 will likely be between 2 and 3 hours, so it's going to be a good chunk. So that's coming out on the 23rd. Silent Hill F will be the series for every other day moving forward after that until it's complete. So Silent Hill F, when it comes out, will be the priority game for the channel. That means above Silksong, above, Date Everything, Dead by Daylight, as Easy Small, all the other stuff I'm doing. Silent Hill F will be every other day until it's complete, starting on the 23rd. Now this means, depending on how long it is, I might be done with it before October rolls around. A lot of people have asked about the game Cronos New Dawn. This is the newest game from Bloober Team. I mentioned it in the last shareholder meeting, I believe, as one that I was going to start in September, and I was planning on starting a playthrough of Cronos New Dawn when it released, I think September 10th, September 12th, something like that, but then I decided not to do that because I had too much going on with Silksong, and I saw that No I'm Not a Human was coming out on the 15th, and I also saw pre-release that Cronos New Dawn is like a 15 to 20 hour game, and I just didn't have space for the series. So I decided to wait until October to play through Cronos New Dawn. But yes, I am playing through Cronos New Dawn in October. I can't give you an exact day that I'm going to play it, but it's going to be starting in October when I have some time. So I might have to wait until Silent Hill F is complete to start playing it, but I have to have space for a, potentially 20-hour series posted every other day. That's the plan for Cronos New Dawn. Now, October 9th is going to be a busy day. October 9th is when Little Nightmares 3 comes out, which I will be playing. Little Nightmares 3, the third in the series, not actually developed by Tarsier Studios, who developed the first 2 games, is developed by Supermassive, the Until Dawn Dark Pictures developer. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I imagine that it'll be very much the same type of thing. I think that we'll be happy with the product, but I know I didn't play the demo. There's a demo out. As you guys know, I don't really like playing demos. I'd rather just play the game when it comes out, so we'll be doing that. I don't know if I can guarantee for you that part 1 of Little Nightmares 3 will be out on October 9th or even October 10th. I am planning on playing it, but it might be a little later in October. The reason for that is because October 9th is also the day that By Sweet Carole comes out, which is the newest game from Chris Darrell, aka the mind behind the Remothered series. And if you've seen the trailer for By Sweet Carole, it's a hand-animated horror adventure game that looks like old Disney cartoons. I remember seeing it for the first time years ago, and actually at the Indie Horror Showcase for DreadXP last year, I introduced the world premiere for the trailer, so that was really fun. By the way, mark your calendars for, well, actually I don't have an exact date for you yet, but I will be hosting the DreadXP Indie Horror Showcase again this year, co-hosting actually with another person. I don't know if I can say who it is yet. But yes, that will be happening later in October, so keep your eyes peeled to socials for announcements about that. Last year it was live streamed on IGN and stuff, so yeah, pretty cool. I'm excited to do that again. I'll be playing By Sweet Carole on day 1 though, October 9th. So probably the upload on October 9th is going to be By Sweet Carole part 1, and then I'll fit in Little Nightmares 3 depending on how things are going with Cronos New Dawn, Silent Hill F, and various other projects that are going on. I have a couple of other games written down as like these are some October releases. I wrote this down a long time ago. October 21st is when Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 comes out. I thought maybe I'd have time to play the first game. But yeah, it's looking like that's not going to happen for me, which I think is fine because I'm actually not even sure if that's the release date anymore, and the development team has changed hands, and I don't even know if it's going to be any good. So, just wanted to mention it, just for completion's sake, but don't plan on a Bloodlines 2 playthrough from me. Other than that, October is going to be me kind of playing it by ear, continuing the series that I just mentioned, Date Everything, maybe Blueprints, No, I'm Not a Human. These other game series that I've got going on, I'll be peppering them in when I have time, but the priorities will be the new releases. So Silent Hill F, Little Nightmares 3, By Sweet Carole, and Cronos New Dawn are going to be the priorities for October. And other than that, it's going to be catching up on series and maybe doing a one-shot here and there with Easy Small and Dead by Daylight VODs in between, as well as main channel videos, of course. We'll be doing main channel video stuff as well. So yeah, that's got a lot going on for the channel. A lot going on. So again, I know it's been a lot of content, sometimes double uploads of 2-hour videos. So it's a lot to keep up with, and I don't expect everyone to watch every video. If you do, that is amazing. I thank you so much. But yeah, the channel's kind of been designed lately for people to not watch everything, because I know a lot of people are not watching me play Hollow Knight or Silksong, and a lot of that is not out of disinterest, but just because there's so much stuff going on. And you're like, well, I'd rather watch No, I'm Not a Human, or I'd rather watch, Gone Fishing, Easy Small stuff. I totally get that. I'm not here to bellyache about, oh, people aren't watching my Silksong videos. You can't see, but I'm moving my belly up and down. But I'm just mentioning, that just because a series doesn't do as well, or isn't as well received, or doesn't have as much attention, doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing it. I'm going to continue playing those games. It just won't be as often. So I guess if there's one piece of information I want you to take from this video, or from this meeting, it's that. All right. If you have any questions or any comments, please put them in the suggestion box. That is this trash can. And I'll throw it away. I'm just kidding. Now, please let me know what you think. You are shareholders, and I value your opinion. And I will be seeing you at the next meeting, which may happen after October, considering I've outlined everything that's coming up in October. Please remember to sign out on the sign-out sheet, and I will see you possibly in November. Thanks for attending. Think critically.